In this video, I'll show you what I bring with me when I take my painting outside, outdoors. I am by no means a hardcore plein air painter, so I'm just sharing what I found works well for me, and I hope this video will help and encourage you to take your painting routine outside this year. I try to pack light and simple, so my old watercolor set, and I bring a jar of water with a screw-on lid. I use the lid as a place to put some granulation medium. I like to not to dip my brush directly into the medium as it might pollute the medium and mix colors into it. So I use the lid and I can then dip into that more easily. I bring a round brush and a flat brush, not really any fancy brushes at all. These are actually acrylic brushes, but with very fine bristles. So it depends a bit from trip to trip what I bring, but usually a round and a flat brush. The sketchbooks I like to use, it also depends a bit. This is a more recent purchase that I've kind of regretted. It's a no brand, cheaper watercolor sketchbook, and I don't really like the paper. I much more prefer this type of watercolor sketchbook, better quality. Definitely quality of paper is worth it. Even if you're just doing studies or work outside, you'll get a lot better results, in my opinion. So these are just some studies and some tests I'm doing with the granulation medium and the colors of the landscape. Today I'm carrying everything with me in my grandmother's old basket. She used to collect eggs from the chickens in that basket. Anyway, I also usually bring a couple of water brushes, you know, the ones with water in the handle, and of course some paper towel, usually some masking tape as well, and also these fine liners that I don't really use that often. So unexpected things will happen when you're painting outside, in my experience. So before I even got started painting, my cat Jette came by to check out my setup. So don't worry, there's no paint in the water yet. And also I left the dog at home, but apparently somebody let her out, so she also came to find me. So now we're all set up and starting to paint, and of course you just have to go with the flow and work as you best can with the things that are happening, that being wind or rain or bugs or whatever. So there's always something unexpected happening. So try, if you can, to treat the unexpected as a way to course correct, or as a happy accident, as it were. One thing I like to do a lot of when I'm painting outside is also to just sit and observe the world around me. I think it's quite important to get a bit of a more of a raw version of the landscape than I would get from a photograph, for example. I was constantly getting interrupted, but this made me aware that I should be in the moment and paint in the now. I'm not out here to finish a painting, but rather to experience the landscape and life. When working outside, I like to keep two things in mind. I like to try and keep the shapes simple, but then maybe having some playful colors or color combinations, or some interesting texture going on. It's very easily to get overwhelmed when we're outside because there's all this stuff happening all the time around us, and as well as the light is shifting all the time. So try and focus on a few things and just develop the painting slowly as you go. I like to add texture using granulation medium. I'm not really an expert at using it, so I'm doing a lot of experiments, especially in my sketchbook. But that's really what it's all about, isn't it? It's about experimenting, playing, and just keeping things light and playful. I kept the shape of the yellow rapeseed field very simple, adding some texture using granulation medium and then adding some cooler grays, blues and purples in the middle ground for the distant hills and wooded areas. I like the painting, but I'm not very fond of the paper. I do think it's too thin. It's definitely a nice thing to bring a hat for the sun, and also some beverage of your choice in the winter time. I bring obviously warmer drinks in my thermos, and in the summer usually water or some cooler form of beverage. So I hope this video was helpful. Sorry about the handheld camera. I forgot my tripod, and then I hadn't planned on the visit from Jette the cat and Rita the dog, but they just insist on joining me on my painting trips. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Thank you.